Hello everyone, welcome here. In this lecture, you are going to learn Microsoft SQL Server installation step-by-step procedure from how to get, download and install Microsoft SQL Server and how you can create a secure environment to connect SQL Server authentication user to interact in your database engine. So let's see. Go to your favorite browser and just hit very simply Microsoft SQL Server. Microsoft SQL Server. Now let's see. This is an official website to connect Microsoft SQL Server to download. So let's see, try SQL Server on your premises. Maybe it can install like SQL on Azure and SQL Server on Edge, SQL Server on premises. So developer and express. And we are going to focusing very latest and up to date introducing of SQL Server 2022 and Azure enabled with the continued performance and security innovations are adding for this. So we are going to now trying with that latest version which we are going to try now. See, SQL Server 2022 preview is now available with the cloud integration enhance and disaster recovery DR we can say, and ETL extract transform load. These all our options are enabled, and this is also across the platforms it is going to be functioning, like including Linux, Kubernetes, Windows and Docker. So let's see, very simple few details you can give here. Register free trial you will get here. As a beginner you are going to learn something, and from Microsoft SQL Server complete detailed information and practicing of your queries, this is the best suit for you. So go over here and hit a basic details. Myself Shaker I'm giving, and you can give any of data you can. Okay, any of data you may give, and the country where you reside, basic data. It can be like a Microsoft may use for a basic information only. So SQL developer and a phone and a country code where you reside, a basic data also you may give, no problem. Okay, it's not an accurate data even, and if you want to give any accurate data then you can choose, and you can give the information to the Microsoft. Okay, they won't get back to you, like if any promotions they will get back to you. Yeah, I'm residing in India, and some dummy number I'm adding here, and not applicable. If you want, you would like to any tips and information from Microsoft, you can make it. Otherwise you just simply fill the data. Please try again later, it is saying that. So something, yeah, I'm giving it a tick. Yes, submit. Yes. Now please select your SQL Server 2022 preview for download. So here it is in a 64-bit edition. It's in a 64-bit edition, it is there. And moreover you have in a community, like a Microsoft Tech Community Server is there, Azure Data Studio, and these are the tutorials from the Microsoft. If you are interested, you can go back, you'll go back there, or else very simply there is an installation steps and installation guidelines, everything is given. And before going to downloading, yeah, I would like to tell you, see, this is the downloading is featured software is 180-day trial. 180-day trial. So even I hope this is sufficient for you. Even if you are going to downloading any SQL Express or any SQL Server, that would be perfectly works. That would be perfectly works in your area. Yes, if you are interested to download, see, I'm going back to here, and you can go with the Express version of 2019 or developer version of 2019. Here are the differentiation, how these are the things to be taken care. So according to your wish to download, I suggest you, whenever you are learning and as a beginner, you just always choose in IT products as a latest versions only. What the options are latest are available, you will be known more than others. So here my system is 64-bit and I'm choosing for this 64-bit edition. And here you have an option to system requirements, a preview which is a system requirements, which is here hard disk space, how much it is, 6 GB is the minimum it is required, and the processor, VGA space, internet connectivity. You need to get the download from the sources of internet only, so you need an internet connected system. And a memory minimum, it is express version if it is 512, or all other editions it's a 1 GB. And 1 GB is also not sufficient if it is installation only. If you want to add more data and try the queries and run, minimum recommended is 4 GB is minimum recommended for Microsoft SQL servers. Alright, the processor is 1.4 gigahertz and recommended it is 2.0. Strongly remember and initiate the steps one by one. So 64-bit edition, I'm just clicking for downloading like SQL 2022. So this is the, see left side it is there, and press the arrow and open it, or else you can double click the downloaded file. Yes, you can double click the downloaded file. It is showing like SQL Server 2022 evaluation version it is showing. So let's see, download media. First you choose always, whenever you are getting downloading, what you need to do, you just download the media into your local system, then you need to install. Now see, ISO is in a copy, you need to like mount a disk and manage, and if you are familiar to ISO, you just go with that option, or else you can go with the cab directly. Exe files you will be get, and you just start initiating of step by step of initiating the steps like setup file running in how exe will runs, okay, and path of the file where it is going to downloading. So click, now I'm just default, I'm leaving the same thing and choosing a cab file, and just click on download. So the download process is initiated now. So it's taking very less time. So the step-by-step procedure you see, I'll show you everything. See, it's almost media is going to be downloading final stage. So the download successfully completed. Now open the folder where it is downloaded. So let's see here, it's an SQL Server SSE, the version which is downloaded, and here it is showing very clearly that SQL Server 2022. So now launching the setup. Now launching the setup where it is initiated here. So I'm going to initiating evaluation edition for SQL Server. So just give me a second. Yeah, it's a 10.5 and it's a 10.9. So this one is the setup. So right click, run as administrator. Without interrupting anything, you just go with right click, and it's going to be extracting the location. Here only it will choose automatically. So extraction is happening here. Let's see, just double click hit, and it's going to be automatically extract yourself. Now you will be ready to start the installation step over here. So on downloads you will be get the same file. So now see, the download is finished and the setup is going to be initiating the thing. Yes, this window you can close it, don't worry. Are you sure you want to exit? Yes. Now let's see here a window which is showing SQL Server Installation Center planning. So and the second option you may choose for installation. So here you will get like SQL Server new server standalone installation or add feature to existing installation. So launching wizard installation of SQL Server 2022 LTP non-cluster environment to add features existing SQL Server 2022 instances, a database instances where we can create and run using this particular software. So I'm choosing new SQL Server standalone installation. Click on first option. So see here, specify a free edition. Yes, you want to a great opportunity to install evaluation or developer or express. Yes, if you are choosing developer or express, it won't be expire. greatly you have a provision. So, and it won't be ask you like in a product key also. So choose for Express. Choose for Express and click next. So Express is in a most of the how the real-time environment like a SQL server is there. The same all the features are here. It's a production server, like a production server, not a developer server. So Express Edition is having all the options of provisions of the developer server as well as the production server. So I'm choosing Express to having more knowledge to acquiring more additional information rather than the developer. So choose for Express, click next. This is an Express Edition for accept of license agreement. So here you can choose for acceptance, click next. So the global rules are completed successfully, click next. See, verifying the system minimum requirements which are available or not. And yes, these are the things are perfectly, and here it is available. And now it is asking like two warnings it's giving: Windows Firewall and SQL Server upgrade and side-by-side support. So if you are having any existing SQL Server inside in your computer system, this version will be installed side by side. It won't be disturb you an existing version. That is a great feature is giving by Microsoft. So click on next simply. It won't, there is a no problem. It's a cautions only. Okay. And click next. If you are not having any existing SQL server, you won't get that message. Alright. Now here is an important role to like how instances you need to install in your local machine. So I am choosing database engine services. If you want all, yes, you can click all the informations. Okay, so whichever the replication server, machine learning, full text support, poly query, everything if you need, you check for select all option. If you want only database engine services to work with the learning of SQL and making of all the queries, like these are the SQL server replication. These all are we are not making in this particular course. Those are the different for cluster environments. So I'm choosing basic database main engine services and SQL server extension on Azure also we are going to installing. If you are installing means we need to provide all the Azure information. So just what I am trying to doing, just I am unchecking the information and local DB I am placing here. Okay, local database. So go to the next one. Go to the next one. Now you see here what happening. Now you see left options are there one by one. We are finishing. Now instance configuration. This is a very important. Default instance or instance named. Okay, so default instance means you will get MS SQL Express. MS SQL Express. Yes, you can install with default instance. If you are already having any existing default instance in your computer system, yes, named instance, and you need to specify the name. As a beginner, you go with the default instance only. Okay. Now click next. Click next. Yeah, server configuration you will get now. So it's verifying with the existing and present. Yes, server configuration. Here it is an important role to, you need to make it as a startup type. Whenever your system is restarted or stopping the services and starting the services of SQL server, you can make it automatic. You can make it always automatic. Why? Because if you are forgetting to starting these services, your database server will not works perfectly. All you need to do where you have to go to services and need to start the service, then you need to log into the SQL server. If you are familiar to start and run the services, you may skip this step. Okay, otherwise you can go with the startup option is automatic and click next. See, here it is an important database engine configuration, how you are going to connecting your database server and databases. So here Windows authentication mode and two modes are there. Mixed mode, which is a SQL server authentication, and Windows authentication. If you are chosen mixed mode means both Windows authentication as well as SQL authentication you can able to perform in your SQL server. So whenever you are choosing mixed mode, you need to specify password only. Why? The specified password for system administrator username is by default SA. Username is by default, it is an SA. So password I am giving simply SA123. Very simple password you can put. Okay. And specify SQL Server administrator. By default, who is your Windows user, you have to add current user. If you are forgotten to adding this add current user, you won't able to log in your database. So specify add current user. See, my system administrator is added here. Okay. Click next. Now features are ready to install. What the options we have configured in steps of configuration files, the features are selected in this list. It will be presented, and the configuration path file, it is here. The path it is showing here. Okay, and click install. When you are pressing install button, it is discovering the features what we have selected. Then it will be initiate a step-by-step procedure to start the installation steps and start the installation. Okay, see, scheduling the features, updating and running and performing installations. If you are good, like a very good configuration of your computer system, it won't take much time. If you are having like a basic minimum requirements, it will take a few minutes of time in your computer system to install database engine and database SQL server in your computer successfully. Let's see a step-by-step process. Most of the cases we have a detailed information I have shared with you. I'll show you at the finish button as well. Yeah, welcome back. See here, one or more affected have been operating system pending. You must restart the computer after finishing of this process completed. So when I am see the previous this window, complete option like a report window, database engine succeeded completed, and SQL browser, SQL writer, local DB, setup support files, all are finished successfully just by pressing of OK to complete the process successfully. Installation, the details it is showing that installation is completed successfully. So it's a really great. If you need any system log to know about the installation summary, you just click this link and you will be get, and click close to finish the installation of SQL server only. We have finished successfully. How we are going to access this SQL server and how we need to run the queries, this all. For that, we need to install SQL Server Management Studio to work with our database engine. So I'll show you in the next lecture. Don't miss it out. Thank you.